Hey guys, welcome back to Cruising Through China, where I'm dedicated to showing you what China is like on the ground instead of just telling you so you can decide for yourself. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about the subject of, are Chinese shopping malls actually empty? Okay, so maybe you've seen some videos online showing you empty shopping malls in China. So today I wanted to explore this idea by showing you a shopping center not too far from my house where I noticed it has been empty every time I've driven by. Please note that I'm also filming this in the afternoon during a time when people are probably just getting off work so that you could also account for the lack of people. Maybe you have seen some videos circulating online about how China's economy is faltering, so the spending power of the people has significantly fallen. In the process, they have shown you video footage of shopping malls in China that look dead and have no activity or people walking around buying goods. In this video, I want to illustrate that these shopping malls do exist in China, but there is a different story as to why they seem empty. One of the biggest reasons for this inconsistency would be the impact of competition. What you don't see in these videos is that shopping malls you are seeing, similar to the one in this video, fall victim to competition with more frequented and active shopping centers within the same diameter gaining more foot traffic. Shopping malls are actually a dime a dozen in China, and unless you live in China, you wouldn't understand this. If you take a look over here, this shopping mall actually has a full-size basketball court on the lower level where people can come and play during their recreation time. I guess it's one of the things used to attract the people. Over here, there are also these old style kiddie trains and kiddie cars that people will actually rent and ride around with their children at night. There are five large shopping centers within a radius of 2 kilometers. In fact, there is a shopping center about 1 kilometer away from here that would be full of people at this time. Over here, this restaurant is using this monitor TV screen to show a video of their brand's noodles, and that's quite a normal sight to see. Over here, there are logos of brands that would likely open up stores in malls like this, but maybe not this mall exactly. Developers of large scale shopping centers in massive Chinese cities are often in competition for space, brands, and scale. Like I said in one of my earlier videos, Chinese people are attracted to places that are bustling with a lot of people, and if a place does not garner that kind of attraction, then it will attract negative attention and no one will want to go there. In the case of the shopping malls you are seeing online, they are empty because they lose out to other shopping centers in the same area. Of course, this is also has to do with stores, attractions, and amenities, but not necessarily because of the economy and lack of shoppers. The second reason why this shopping center is empty is because of its sheer enormous size. Now, this shopping mall might be a slight exception because it is much larger than an average shopping center and also has an outdoor design. Over here, we can see that there are some boards on the ground and there's some construction going on, and that's kind of a normal thing to see in some of these shopping malls where they're building a new store over here. I believe this is going to be a gym, and they have a lot of construction things out, a lot of wet floor signs. And that could be part of the reason why this mall is empty. And over here we have a coming soon sign for a KTV. Whether that KTV will ever be finished is the question. I have noticed in my city that buildings that are larger have trouble filling the entire space because they actually are too large. Like I said, Chinese people flock to locations that attract a lot of people and are deterred from locations that attract less people. This is the principle of attraction in China. The sheer size of this shopping mall means that there must be shops and services filling up the entire space for people to come and spend more time and money. And by more people being physically present in the shopping center, more people will be attracted to visiting the same place. So if a space is very large and cannot be filled with people because of what it has to offer, over here you can see some signs of decay of this shopping center. Some reasons why the maintenance is not going so well, because of course it is being less frequented by shoppers. Over here there is actually a training academy recreation center, I guess, for basketball for children. So we can see that even though this mall seems almost empty, there are little spurts of growth and stores that are located all around in different sections of this mall, where we would guess that there would be no signs of life. There are stores and other places. This place looks like a storage center for makeup. Okay, so I believe they have makeup storage in this place. And so some of these spaces can also be used as warehouse storage places as well. Right over here is a actually a pretty nice looking gym in the corner of this shopping mall. And if we take a closer look, the equipment in here does look pretty new and looks pretty nice. And so I just wanted to take a quick look, and I was walking away. But then one of the members of the staff actually saw me and he came out and he wanted to talk to me. He asked me if I knew Chinese, but I just pretended like I couldn't speak. And then one of the managers came out and he talked to me and he said, "Yeah, you can just go for a quick look around." Even though I just told him I'm taking a video for my just because. And he said, "Yeah, you can come in and take a quick look around." And that was nice of him. And Chinese people are usually always open to more social media activity and videos and photos being taken in their locations to attract more people. And as you can see, this gym location is actually pretty nice. There is a lot of new looking equipment, and it is a nice space, especially with the view of the city looking out right over here where the treadmills were. If it wasn't a little bit far from my house and I didn't have a membership to a gym already, I would consider this place because it's actually quite a nice location. But you would have never guessed that a place like this exists in a deteriorating shopping mall. As we exit the gym, we can see the price for a personal trainer and how much it would cost for a membership. And over here, I need to show you this poster, which I believe is advertising some Western style extra education class. And it's showing some interesting people like Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, Thomas Edison, the founders of Google, and Obama. And this is probably advertising a Western style teaching approach that this program is trying to push. So, if a space is very large and cannot be filled with people because of what it has to offer, there is a very likely chance that it will fail to attract more consumers. Without this, the shopping center will then be stuck in a downward spiral of not being able to attract businesses and consumers if these conditions aren't met on a large scale. However, what can happen is well known brands will start inhabiting the space, possibly for cheaper rent prices, and people will start coming back to places like this. Often, architecture in China is built on a grand scale in Chinese cities because they know that the physical population isn't the problem, but keeping them attracted to visiting the space is. So, the architecture and location of a shopping center has much to do with its success. Location is also an underappreciated aspect of shopping centers. Location is everything in China because it represents aspects like the image, surroundings, and physical backdrop of a place. This becomes a key characteristic within the Chinese psyche, attracting people to some places over other places. Businesses can do well in China if their location is both accessible and popular. The opposite also becomes true. Also, if people keep coming, maintenance is usually not a problem, but without crowds, it can deteriorate quickly. The last reason I will discuss about why shopping malls like this become empty is because weekends see the highest volume of traffic. Though it might seem obvious to anyone watching this video that the most people would visit shopping centers on weekends, it's hard to qualify this if you don't actually live in China. For the average Chinese person working in a city, busy work schedules is the norm. They usually would not visit shopping centers on weekdays because they don't have the freedom to do so. So if you go to some of these shopping centers on weekdays, they can seem completely dead. However, if you visit a place like this on the weekend, the place could be completely full of people. Weekday evenings are usually better as well, and most stores will be open until 9 p.m. You would be amazed at the vast numbers of people that exist in urban areas, but seem like ghost towns during weekdays because everyone is working in office buildings. In some cases, businesses in China survive just from weekend earnings compared to meager weekday earnings simply because people have the time and money to spend on the weekends. This is the spending power of the Chinese middle class. When they want something, they want it in hordes. But convincing them of what they want is the hard part. So, the takeaway from this video is that Chinese shopping malls are empty based on a few factors like competition, size, and time of day. The Chinese people still have a strong affinity for visiting shopping centers for the novelty, amenities, and enjoyment aspects. However, within the last decade, there has become an oversaturation of shopping centers in most large cities, leading to the decline of some which can't cater to the primary desires of Chinese consumers. Well, as you can see now, there's quite a few people coming into the mall, maybe to grab some dinner. But if you like this video, if you found it informative, and if you're interested in more topics just like this to learn more about China and Chinese culture, then please consider subscribing to my channel and go checking out one of my other videos so you can learn more. I'll see you in the next video.